Right, time to go in and get the boat lifted. You know, a good idea to go straight there. I wonder how long it's been there. Hey, but I couldn't get the papers back because so we have to move. With all this activity going on, I didn't fancy it. The last time Options had a bottom checked was during renovations in Hull. That was well over 2 years ago before she left the UK. Our flight back home approached, so we had to get the timing right to reach the largest yacht dry storage area in France. We'd paid a deposit for a space, but didn't yet know what to expect. We're doing 0.1 of a knot. And we've got 2.2 knots of breeze. And we're creeping past a lobster pot that's just over there. Anyway, it was a good sail off the anchor this morning because we didn't need to use the engine. We've got 13 nautical miles to go, which isn't very far. But when you're only doing 1 knot over the ground, that's going to take 13 hours. And we've got to be in Port Guardian before the Capitanerie closes.
Yeah.
So regrettably, because there's no wind, we're going to have to put the engine on. But it was a lovely night at anchor, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah. Apart from the flies. There was a few flies around, weren't there? Yeah.
Clear this morning.
It's a lovely day. Sheena likes it because she can read a book. We're making some way, look.
We are moving. We're not moving that lobster pot. That was ages ago.
Can still see the lighthouse.
Yes.
.9, 3.8 over the ground. We're heading there. Maybe not a good idea to go straight there.
Close.
A bit close to the shallows.
Let's not do that.
No? Okay. This here is the mouth of the Petit Rhone. Petit Rhone we were on at Fork. And took us down to the Rhone-Set Canal. This is where the river comes out into the Mediterranean. And we are now heading to Santa Maria de-la-Mer, which is just there. That's a motor all afternoon. Our route from Avignon missed Arles by leaving the big Rhone River to navigate the little one heading west. So, we hopped on the number 50 local bus to Arles, paid €1 each for a 1-hour ride, and headed off to explore the ancient city.
How you suffered for your sanity.
Built on the east bank of the Rhone River, just north of the Camargue flatlands, Arles has adapted from being an ancient trading city through the medieval period to thrive as a modern 21st century large town. It has some impressive Roman monuments, including the arena, the Roman theatre, and the Cryptoporticus dating back to the 1st century BC. In the 11th and 12th centuries, Arles became one of the most attractive cities in the Mediterranean. Within the city walls, Saint-Trophime is one of Provence's major Romanesque monuments.
This world was never meant for one as beautiful as you.
Port Guardian Marina is in Santa Maria de la Mer, which is the capital of the Camargue region and is surrounded by sea, flatlands and lagoons. Inevitably, the town is immersed in the Camarguese lifestyle. We first heard of this place in Le Puy-en-Velay from a fellow traveller who was preparing to set off on a Camino de Santiago pilgrim walk. He flew over from Australia to do it, but was born in Santa Maria de la Mer and remembered well the community feel, traditions and mysteries of his hometown in the Camargue. In the Middle Ages, the town suffered raids from aggressors, so inside the fortified church is a freshwater well used to sustain besieged villages. In the 15th century, relics of Mary Salome and Mary of Jacob were discovered here. With Mary Magdalene, they are believed to be the first witnesses to the empty tomb at the resurrection of Jesus. According to legend, they escaped Christian persecution in Judea and landed here from across the sea to live out their lives in the Camargue. Mystery surrounds a fourth passenger called Sarah. She became the patron saint of Romany travellers, who visit annually in May to carry her statue down to the sea and reenact her arrival on the shores of France. After lunch, exploring the town gave way to more tasks on options, and Sheena ventured out for provisions. She was not a happy bunny when she returned, because she couldn't find her purse, which was misplaced somewhere while shopping. It was time to eat out and be ready for an early departure from our last port stopover on this trip. It's a bit foggy this morning. What do you think? Yeah.
It's the end of the last day.
I know, this is our last day of sailing, motoring, whatever. Definitely motoring because there's no wind. So, have the radar working well. Picking up any targets that might be around us. And it's got about 6 hours to do today. I hope it's not all in fog. Ew. Fueled up this morning. Emptied the dirty tank too. That all went well.
Eerie.
It's what?
Eerie.
There's a lake named that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness me, what?
Clarity.
We can see things.
Yes.
It's about 13 metres deep. But it goes from about 5 metres down to 13. Fascinating to watch it. Playing havoc with the autopilot, trying to keep on course with the swirling water. We got with the water flowing out of the Rhone and into the sea. The Rhone is somewhere over there. There's that water being added to the seawater. There's a lot of water comes out of the Rhone. We have a line, a change in water. It's a change in the way the water's behaving. There it is, going over it now. And over there is the Petit Rhone, the mouth of the River Rhone. And over there, in fact, there's sandbanks over there, and you can see the waves breaking over them. So we're passing the mouth of the River Rhone. The current of the water coming out of that river does actually change the way in which the water whirls around, and it has a delta which spreads shallows out quite a long way from the mouth of the river. So we're taking a cut inside the cardinal markers because we know that the depths are okay for us. We've got the keel up, so there's no breaking water over any shoals or anything. Oh, waypoint time. Getting in amongst it now. Shame to see the masts of the ketch sticking out of the water like that. Wonder how long it's been there. the orange one. So we want to go that way in. So if we go straight between these over there. Port Napoleon is one of 2 massive dry storage yards for boats in the Port Saint Louis area. We moored up, then walked around to find local service companies. There were a few items on our winterizing agenda, including new windows for the spray hood and to adjust its frame, washing the sails, changing the engine oil, and preparing the boat to be lifted out onto the hard. Options hasn't had a bottom scrub for 2 years. Right, time to go in and get the boat lifted.
This is us going to be lifted out, ready for winter.
This is our first experience of a large Mediterranean boat operation. The boatyard crew are excellent at what they do, and despite my concerns, Options was handled with great care. The pressure wash removed all the grime and some of the anti-foul paint in the process. Should have closed the forefeet catch. Oh no! Didn't do it. They provided a long ladder for me to get on board to lift the keel up ready for the cradle. Boats with fixed keels rest on their keel, but southerlies, ovnies and the like settle on their own grounding plates with the keel up.
Là, tu te mets sur la fin de la plaque. Hop. Vas-y, descends, le nez. Ouais, vas-y, attends. Ouais, vas-y, descends. Vas-y, pose. Il y a un moment pour chaque fois, tu sais. Et sur la fin de la plaque, après, le truc terrible, là. Ouais, on est après. Voilà, nickel. Voir si le cul rassemble à moitié sur le papier. Voilà, c'est pas grave, voir si le cul au milieu. Et on pose comme ça. Hop! Vas-y, pose. Là, la gifle. Vas-y, ça va être délicat.
Just lift the boat up like that on the cradle. Can't bring it out that way because the mast won't get past it. That's clever driving, is that? Tied it up. We spent the rest of the day securing all loose deck gear inside, mousing and removing running rigging, and closing up to make her mistral proof. Winter winds from the Rhone Valley really do whip up around here. We finished as the sun was setting and left Options for our overnight accommodation in the Boatyard Hotel. As the sun rose on our last day, my brain was in overdrive and I just had to walk back to Options before our pickup arrived. It would be another 6 months before seeing her again. We are in Port Saint Louis, waiting for a bus to take us to the airport at Marseille. We've got a very kind boating colleague who gave us a lift from the marina to the bus stop. The bus stop is for bus number 2 that takes us to Martigues, which is 24 stops. And then from Martigues we take the next bus to Provence Airport, which is 40 stops. That is the Canal Port Saint Louis, which goes into the Gulf de Fosse. And our bus stop just over here. Hopefully Sheena isn't panicking too much, having seen the bus go by. The driver confirmed that he's going to come back after turning round. I spoke to the bus driver.
So did I.
Oh. Did you?
Stopped here. Someone's ringing me.
Marseille Airport. Sheena is not happy. Are you? So the flight's been delayed by 30 minutes, and we were due to get into Manchester at 4:10 local time, and that means we're getting in at 20 to 5, and then we've got to get the connection with the train. Wish us luck. It's all happening here.